Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It is Tubo Play Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. I know it's been a little bit, but I've been a little bit busy lately, actually. So we're gonna just jump into it again. I believe last time we were in like a god mode where we were kind of like Rika, but not Rika. So I don't know really what's going on, but I think we're inside the world now, and I don't know. I guess we'll just kind of see what goes on. I feel no gravity in the darkness, at least all of my senses. Bang my head on the floor with a dull thud. I see stars behind my eyelids and huddle into a ball while holding my head in pain. Are you okay? Did you get hurt? Rika! Please say something. I have no idea why I'm in this situation, but I realize I fell off of the cliff as soon as I hear their voices from the top of the cliff. That's right. I was playing behind the shrine with the rest of the club members. I got too excited and started doing something very dangerous. Then the tree branch broke. That's how I fell off the cliff. My body starts to ache all over. I remember how I fell, but I still feel strange for some reason. Can't remember what I was doing. No. I can't remember who Furude Rika was before I fell off the cliff. Oh, wow, wow. I hear Hanyu's scared voice. What? It's a fucking demon! Oh, dude. I'm so mad at myself for not playing this earlier. Oh my goodness. Guys, check mate. The thing that we thought at the very beginning of the whole thing, dude, checkmate. Although I will give the game props, it did have me on the run there for a second. This is a straight up demon. This right here is a straight up demon. That's awesome. Hanyu is a demon. Hanyu. What just happened? You were playing with everyone and you fell off the cliff. Are you okay? Hanyu, I don't care about that. What day is today? What year and what month is it? I always ask this question first when something like this happens. She finally realizes that I'm asking the same old question. Um, it's June the 58th year of Showa. The Watanagashi festival is next week, so... No way. I only have that much time left? This is the best we can do. Hanyu mutters regretfully. I'm in the middle of June, Showa 58. If she's saying that this is the best we can do, I have no choice. I can't be complaining. I gradually start to remember more things. If this is June of Showa 58, I see I was killed again. After Rena surrendered to the police, all the classmates were given checkups at the clinic. I didn't get hurt, so I was sent back home after they determined I had no injuries. My memory starts getting vague from that point. It's the common characteristic of a violent death. When my life is taken away violently, the memory before the death becomes vague with static. It's like a torn piece of toilet paper. I know this isn't the best way to put it, but that's what my memory is like. That's why I have no clear memory of what happened and how I died that night. I only have vague memories. I think someone covered my mouth with a handkerchief or something and I passed out. That's about the only thing that I remember vaguely. I'm not even sure if that really happened. The only thing I know for sure is that I was attacked on my way home, or possibly after I got there, and I was murdered suddenly. I don't know who killed me or how I was killed. I'm glad that at least I don't remember the horrific ending of my life every time that it happens. Because of my experience, I think I now understand why ghosts wander this world. Not knowing what they died from sudden accidents. Not knowing that they died from sudden accidents. If it's a death from a long sickness, people will tend to remember that they were ill. They can kind of assume that they died after being sick for a long time. But when the memory is violently disrupted like mine, it can get quite confusing. When I first experienced this, I wasn't sure if I was dreaming or not. I even thought I had hit my head hard and lost my memory. I needed to organize my memory before I get too confused. My name is Furude Rika. People look at me in a special way, but that's not a big deal for me. All I want is a happy life where I can stay with my best friends. I can't remember how long I've been living just to get that simple happiness. This scared girl's name is Hanyu. I'm the only one who can see her. Fuck, she's an imaginary friend who's not a demon? Perhaps she only exists inside of my head. Anyway, she was only visible in front of my eyes. It will be a long story if I try to explain Hanyu's existence, so I'm not going to do that for now. I hate you. Besides, I don't even know how I should be talking about her. She's been there since I was born, and her existence is a natural thing for me. I see everyone running toward me. They're my loving best friends. We party loud and act crazy together all the time. I'm never bored when I'm with them, and I love them very much. How, Rika-chan, are you okay? Did you sprain your ankle? Getting used to this drawing. Does she have a fucking gun? In the original art? Is that a gun? What is that? Where did you get hurt? Show it to Uncle Mion. Thank you so much. I just got a bump on my head. I think all I got was a bump. My injury is not as serious as everyone is worried. You need to be careful even though you feel like you're fine. That's true. You should get the manager to check you out just in case. I think that it's a good idea. Do you want me to go get him? Yeah. We'll use the phone at someone's house to call him here. You don't need to do that. I'm totally fine. Nipa. No, Rika. You need to be cautious. Satoko warns me with a stern voice. It's not really a big deal, but I decide to nod since Satoko is trying to be generous. She's not trying to boss me around or anything. She's only saying this because she cares about me. I've seen it in the many different lives that I've been through. I have no doubt that she's really concerned about me. It's not just Satoko. Mion, Rena, and Keiichi are all the same. They're all so nice to me, and they truly care about me. Mion leaves to look for a phone. Rena also leaves with a towel looking for the water tab. Satoko is here taking care of me with a worried face. Hanyu is just there with a scared look. Keiichi seems to be scared too, but he's trying not to show his emotions. He's standing by me with calm expression. Are you alright? I'm fine. I'm not in pain at all. I'm glad you're not seriously injured. I was so worried. I wouldn't feel anything special about his words if this was a while ago. But at that moment when Rena took over the classroom and attacked Mion, Keiichi tried his best to save Rena. I never expected to see Keiichi so strong like that. He's usually an insensitive guy who hurts other people's feelings without noticing, but that's not his true self. He has a secret side. He's willing to sacrifice himself for other people. I was just observing that not too long ago. That's why I can honestly feel his generosity now. That's right. Keiichi revived his memory from an alternate world in the previous world. I wonder if he still carries that memory in this world too. If that's the case, I have some hope. Hanyu and I are totally powerless. Hanyu is only like heir to everyone but me, and I'm just a little girl. There's only so much we can do ourselves. But Keiichi is different. He can change the destiny that I've been giving up on. He's somebody who may have a power to take me to my unseen future. If I can get Keiichi to understand me, he could be my hero. Perhaps I'm actually not expecting that much out of him. I'm not expecting that much out of him. I just want someone to understand my struggle of being stuck in this maze. Keiichi. I speak to him slowly. It's been a while since I felt nervous like this. I not felt this way since I started living my life in Showa 58 endlessly. As a witch, I already know his response will... what his response will be before I even talk to him? As a witch? What? I often remain silent because I already know how pitiful the reply would be. Whoa, dude, we just admitted magic? Well, I mean, I knew that she was kind of like a god thing, but I don't know why. So she's a witch. But how and why? And what's the answer? I have a feeling, like, people are saying that all my questions are going to be answered, but I feel like my mind just comes up with more questions, so I don't know if they're all going to be answered or not. Like, how are you going to fit in how Rika became a witch in this story? You're just not. I think we're just meant to accept that she's a witch. But, like, I don't know how. Did you call me, Rika-chan? Hanyu gives me a disappointed look before I started talking to Keiichi. Rika. I know what Hanyu is thinking already. The miracle is not going to happen. If miracles do happen, one could have many times in my other lives. But I've only seen one miracle before. The miracle that Keiichi gave me was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of miracle. Perhaps if it happens again, it would be a true miracle. I won't get out of this world just because I rolled a 6 on the die once. I can't get out unless I get a miracle that's equivalent to getting a 6 on the die 10 times in a row. I roll 10 dice wishing that they'll all turn out to be 6. Keiichi. What is it? Are you hurt anywhere? He looks at me worriedly after I call his name twice. Keiichi. Do you remember? I know how sudden my question is. As I expected, he looks at me with a confused face. Huh? What are you talking about? I look at his eyes to see his true eyes. He should remember. He should know. Even though he doesn't have the memory, she experienced it. What is it, Keiichi-san? Did you do something bad to her? You better say something. Keiichi, do you remember climbing up on the school roof? The school roof? You climbed up there? I'm not asking you, Satoko. Do you remember, Keiichi? I did? I climbed on the roof? When? It must have been some kind of mistake, Rika-chan. I never climbed up there, and I don't even know how to get up there. I know he hasn't experienced it in this world yet. But please tell me that you remember. I know you've never been up on the roof, but you should remember doing it. You're not supposed to be remembering it, but you actually did once. You should be able to remember it again, or once again. Maybe you went up there to get a ball or something? Never. Have you been up there, Satoko? No way. I'd get in big trouble if I did something like that. But I bet it feel really good to take a nap up on the roof. There's no way he would remember. If miracles could happen that easily, neither of us would be suffering like this. Shut up. I knew that. I knew he wouldn't remember. Our destiny is already set. We're like a powerful cicada that dies after the summer festival. Shut up. As I stare at her fiercely, Hanyu realizes that she's crossed the line. This may be a waste of my time. Or a waste of time. This maze we're in may not have an exit. It may be an endless circle without a goal. We are stuck in this destiny. Keiichi might be able to get me out of here. But that Keiichi I saw was only a miracle. The Keiichi in this world doesn't have a miracle in his hands. But I'm not going to give up. I gave up in my last life too. Knowing that Rena was beyond saving, I said goodbye to her and gave up on my life. But Keiichi fought and broke the circle of destiny. I should have worked harder with that Keiichi in that world. I could have broken this endless cycle with him. Am I going to repeat living this life, waiting for that miracle to happen again? I can't do that. I don't want to repeat the same life anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of this world, my destiny, and everything. I'm getting murdered by destiny. Keiichi showed me a miracle. I should be able to do the same too. I must fight. I must fight with all of my remaining power. I was always fighting. I was fighting when I had more power. But I never made it. How can I expect to win this time? Still, I must fight. Keiichi taught me that destiny can be broken. I'm going to fight one more time. Okay. Higurashi, when they cry Kai. Interesting. So we got the reveal of a witch. Dear Yoko. We got the reveal of a witch happening. That she's a witch. One thing that I'm kind of interested in is the one where Akasaka meets Rika. He meets Rika before this thing, right? Like, so if I understand it correctly, right? Rika is trapped like Groundhog Day in a certain amount of time. She wakes up at a certain amount of time and then dies. And when she dies, it all resets and she goes back to another world. And like there's another world that happens and it's different. And each world, what she's trying to do is prevent a tragedy from happening, but it keeps happening. It doesn't, like, nothing. She just wants to have fun with her friends. But when Akasaka met Rika and they had the like that talk and everything and that destiny thing, wasn't that before that happened? Or is it like, I don't even know. I have no idea. I have no idea what's going on when or why. Sorry for leaving you like this. I just need you to understand I'd rather take my own life than be fearful of how many days I have left to live. That's why I'm writing this letter to you. I can't stand the fear of being unable to leave behind a will while my life is prolonged even as I lose my consciousness. In the end, there's nothing I can leave behind for you. I was unable to leave any of my achievements to this world. I was forgotten before I was dead. I leave this world to a humiliated man, knowing that I had no appreciation from anyone. You must do better than me. You must achieve something that your grandfather was never able to achieve. I don't mind what field you choose. You must leave your name in this world. You must leave your achievement to this world. You will eventually die someday. You will eventually turn to ashes. That's your destiny as a human. But if you achieve a great success, you will live forever even after you depart. Those who live beyond their deaths are called gods. I wish to become one, but I was unable to do so. You must become a god someday. Inspiring. I've always loved the idea of just like kind of saying fuck it and living the life that I want to live and like doing stuff, but I know how like dangerous that is. Like, especially if it doesn't work out, then you're just screwed, you know? But people say like risks are worth taking and stuff like that. I don't know. It's a weird thing, but like if you go out and you do stuff, then I feel like you'll be remembered for a lot more than going in and going to a 9 to 5 job and all that. Kind of sucks having a 9 to 5 job. I don't know. There. You're all done. Irie withdraws the needle from Satoko's arm. I guess she can't feel any pain when the needle is pulled out. Satoko keeps her eyes closed in fear, thinking that the needle is still inside her arm. Satoko, you're all done, you know? What? Oh, I'm all done? As Satoko opens her eyes, Irie is no longer sitting in front of her. Takano is wiping her arm with alcohol instead. You're right. You're all done. Dr. Irie is good at using needles, unlike me. You didn't even notice it was over, huh? Don't massage that area, okay? Also, try not to carry anything heavy. Sure, I know that. Good for you, Satoko. I'll pat you. It was nothing. I didn't do anything to make you pat me. Not long ago, she would go crazy when it was time for her to get her shot. The way she behaved today, it's in itself is worthy of praise. Everyone smiles, knowing that. Please, give her the usual test. Will you, Takano-san? Sure. Alright, Satoko. It's time for the usual quiz. Your quiz is always very difficult for me. Take it easy. If it's too difficult, you can just tell me that you don't know the answer. You don't have to think too hard. Just tell me whatever comes to your mind right away. Takano smiles at Satoko to make her feel relaxed. She takes her to her desk at the back of the testing room. I hope Satoko is better. I don't know if it's because of the heat, but Satoko has been showing negative symptoms since last month. The change of the seasons can affect her physically and emotionally. It's not a surprise that this is happening to her. I'm going to see Irie and ask him how Satoko is doing. What are you going to do, Hanyu? I'm going to stay with Satoko. Thank you. You should do so. Hanyu follows Satoko to the testing room. Fortunately, I'm the only one who can see Hanyu. She won't be a distraction if she goes and observes Satoko's test. If I go there, Satoko will be distracted by me. This is supposed to be a routine exam, but it seems like Takano is only teasing her by giving her difficult questions. It would be funny to observe how Satoko reacts to those questions. I feel envious that Hanyu gets to watch everything without being annoyed by the quiz. Irie is talking with 2 other staff members about Satoko's exam result. I walk up to join them. Good. So she's getting better? I can tell that the result was good according to what I hear from Irie. Irie. How is she? Don't worry. The result was good. I'll get back with you later. He orders his staff to continue their work. Then he shows me some difficult paperwork and starts explaining it to me. I guess we overreacted to the test result from last week. Her condition changed dramatically because of the change in climate. Did she have a cold by any chance? There was one night that was very hot. Satoko was sleeping without her blanket and her belly was exposed. She might have caught a cold that night. She was sleeping with her belly exposed. I poked her belly button, but she didn't wake up at all. That sounds like fun. Please call me if that happens again. What? I would love to poke Satoko-chan's belly button too. Fucking Irie, dude. So soft. Her belly is chunky too. It was so cute that I didn't want to cover it with a blanket. That's why she caught a cold, huh? Rika, I can hear you. You have to put a blanket on me next time. You're in the middle of a quiz, Satoko-chan. You need to concentrate. Irie, Hanyu, and I laugh. Satoko goes back to the test with a bitter look on her face. Irie begins speaking to me in a softer voice. She is in remission, but her level is still L3 negative. She was and will continue to be in critical condition. Level 3 is not going to get better ever? Just like anaphylaxis. Phylaxis? Just like anaphylaxis shock. That's what that word is. Anaphylaxis shock. Although I've never seen it spelled out until right now. Just like anaphylaxis, her body will be conditioned to react severely even after the foreign chemical is out of her system. In other words, she'll never get out of the level 3 stage. That's right. But it's not the end of the world. She can control it by having a proper lifestyle, as well as taking some medication. But she'll never beat it. I look at Satoko as she enjoys her test. She seems like she's having fun while being teased by Takano. I can't believe she's suffering from an incurable disease. If you think of it in a negative way, you're right. But many people in the world are coping with incurable illnesses. Diabetes is a good example. The condition itself will not be cured, but the symptoms can be controlled. I know that very well. There are many other worse diseases in the world. Satoko might be in a relatively good position compared to the many other sick people. Of course, I'm not giving up on her. I'll make sure that I cure her disease someday. I promise. I trust you. Yes, trust me. Irie speaks to me with a serious look on his face. As Satoko's best friend, I feel relieved to hear his words. I'm sure he'll do his best to save Satoko's life. I have no doubt that he'll do so. I've seen him like this in every life I've lived. I also know why he's so passionate to save her, but I'm not supposed to know about it in this life. That's why I pretend I don't see his sad smile. By the way, Rika-san, there's a big test at the end of the month. Am I going to be the guinea pig this time? Not like that. You're only helping the medical study and saving the many people's lives. Hidie's guinea pig is not just Satoko. I'm also one of them. I guess the word guinea pig is not a correct term. Without Hidie's efforts, Satoko would not be here by now. For that reason, I should be showing respect to this man. I smile at him because he feels upset at my choice of words. If testing me can save Satoko's life, then I don't mind being a guinea pig. Thank you for your support. I wouldn't be causing you so much trouble if I had more money and equipment. The next moment, the phone rings. He answers the phone in his usual serious tone. Hello, this is Hidie. It's a call from Tokyo. I'm going to transfer the call to another line. I can hear the voice from the phone. It must be Risa-san. It's that time of year already, huh? I'm going to pick it up in the office. Will you transfer it there? Sure. Please hang up on this phone line. Okay. I'm sorry, Rika-san. I got a call from Tokyo. Please go ahead. As soon as he hangs up the phone starts to ring in another room. He leaves the test room and walks towards the office. Hanyu comes inside as soon as Hidie leaves. Hanyu doesn't like to be around me when I'm talking with Hidie. I don't think she dislikes him, but she just doesn't really want to hear what Hidie has to say. Hidie doesn't mean any harm, but Hanyu is hurt by the things he says. How's Satoko doing? She's not good at mistake searching as usual. I was able to find more than her. I don't care about your test results. How's Satoko doing? Oh. I thought she was there to check on Satoko, but instead she was into solving the quiz with her. So typical of Hanyu. She treats it almost like a game, but Satoko is tired of it because she's been taking it every week. She seems sleepy, especially since she woke up so early this morning. The test is not looking for a right or wrong answer. They're timing in minutes how long it takes for her to answer the question and observing how she acts during the test. Not all the questions are simple ones, so it can give her headaches. More so than the kanji exam we take at school. Is it almost over? Yes, it is. The book Takano has right now is the last one. Takano is showing a book to Satoko with the abstract pictures inside. I can't even tell if that's supposed to be a picture. It's just a picture of symmetrical ink stain. Of a symmetrical ink stain. This is the last one. What do you think this is? Both Hanyu and I look at the picture over Satoko's shoulders. I don't even know what I should answer by looking at this strange strain. Knowing that Rika is a witch solves a lot of the problems. I'm just gonna say that right now. There's like 2 or 3 problems that I can think of that maybe I need more explanation on. But as far as I'm concerned, Rika being a witch with a demon friend and has the ability to keep going back in time means she can make certain things happen. Now, the only thing that I need answered as of this moment in time, and the thing that's been on my mind ever since it happened, is when what's-her-name hears sounds that other people don't hear. Like Takano and Shion hear sounds, and Keiichi and the others don't. Why? Why is that the case? She's also timing how long it takes her to answer, holding the stopwatch under the table. I speak to Hanyu so only she can hear me. What do you think it looks like, Hanyu? Oh. Well. Oh. It's a soft ice cream. It fell onto the ground and ended up like this. Wow. It's wasted. I see. This is a good test to understand one's mind. To me, it looks like an opened up horse mackerel with its guts pulled out. I'm thinking of food too. I'm shocked that my thought process is the same as Hanyu's. What? That's not true at all. I mean, it's true, but it's not true. What does it look like to you? You don't have to think too hard. It seems like Satoko is not really good at this test. She always takes a long time to answer tests like this. She finally opens her mouth. It's like 2 butterflies are on top of each other. 2 butterflies on top of each other. Tell me more about it. Why are they on top of each other? Takano continues to take a note as Satoko speaks. I wonder what she's writing about. Is it German? I can't read it at all. She's so mean. They were apart for a long time, but they're finally reunited and they're excited. I'm sorry. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. No, you're doing just fine. You can just tell me whatever's on your mind. That's the whole point of this test. Are you sure my weird comment is serving a purpose in this test? Of course. For example, take this picture. You gave me a totally different answer last year. I can tell how you've changed just by comparing your different comments. I don't really like this test. What did I answer about this picture last year? Takano smiles and takes a note without answering her question. I try to remember what her answer was, but I have more than 100 years worth of memories in my head. Hanyu might remember better than I do. As I look at Hanyu, I realize she's standing there with a sad expression. I decide not to ask her. I can tell what kind of answer Satoko gave last year just by looking at Hanyu's face. Last year, June 57th of the Showa era, that's the last time when Satoko was abused by her cruel aunt. Just thinking about that, I don't even want to know what Satoko answered. but a year later, the Satoko who used to be worn out is no longer here. She became so strong. I know how difficult it was for her to stay tough and strong like this. Her growth over the past year is overwhelming to me. So, do I remember the 57th year? When does Rika repeat? Is the question. So does she? I know she ends when she dies, but where does she go back to? Like, what's the thing that you go back to? I have no idea. Are you done with the test? EDA comes back from his office. Yeah, it's done. Satoko-chan is handling it a lot better now. It was done pretty quick today. Ho ho ho. I did my best to get over it quickly. I have plans after this, so I can't stay here too long. You have something after this? Today is Sunday, right? You have a club activity at Uncle's toy store today. No wonder you were so obedient with the test today. You have plans. Sorry we held you long. Well, here's your stuff, Satoko-chan. Ide puts a big paper bag on the table. He opens it up and gives her instructions about the medications. He has heard the same instructions over and over before, but Ide still continues to talk. Since you're doing better, you can go back to 2 shots per day. Please give yourself a shot before lunch and before you go to bed. Make sure you change the needle every time. Do not use the same needle twice. I'm prescribing you this one just in case you really need it when you're feeling sick. Yeah, same as usual, I know. Satoko can't wait to meet our friends for the club activity. Wait, so this is the club activity in the game shop? Are we going back to that? She only takes 2 shots per day now. I'm glad. The number of her shots represents her physical condition. It's a good thing that she's taking fewer shots. I know it's tough for her to give herself a shot 2 times a day. Hanyu gets quiet as I make a comment. EDA hands her the paper bag after finishing all the instructions. Rika, I'm all done. Good job. You were anxious during the test today. Have fun. I'm sorry I was too excited. Thank you for taking care of me all the time. Are you going to make it on time? I can give you a ride there. I have a new stuffed animal in my car. You can name it if you'd like. Oh. What kind of animal is it? I wonder what I should name it. What animal is it? It's a cat again. This time it has tiger stripes. I think he would like it a lot. Satoko and Takano are good friends. They both like stuffed animals. Every time Takano gets a new stuffed animal in her car, she brags about it to Satoko. However, that's the only relation they have. Still, having a friend like Takano is a special thing for Satoko. She's a part of the Hyojo family which tried to betray the village. People at the clinic are the only adults who will even talk to Satoko. Have fun at the club activity. You suggest wearing maid clothes for the punishment. I have every kind and every size. I'll see you next week. Whatever. See you next week. Let's go. We're not fighting against the club members today. I'm so excited. Or not just fighting against the other club members today. I bow slightly and move to leave the testing room. Then I realize something. Irie is looking at me with a sad expression on his face. I can tell what he's saying just by looking into his eyes. Please take care of Satoko-chan if something happens to her. I nod at him and step out into the hallway with Satoko. Good grief. I'm used to the testing, but it always makes me tired. You don't like taking the tests? I don't like it, but it's like my job. I can't help it. She's supporting EDA's research. She gets financial support by helping his research. At least that's what Satoko thinks she's doing. So Satoko has like a illness that she's like dying from. But she's taking medicine from EDA to help subvert it. Satoko was excited, so we headed to Okinomiya at full speed. We wound up waiting for Keiichi and the other club members for a long time. We got here early, but they are late. I think they were late last time too. Does it mean that this is something that was meant to happen? It sucks that I can't change small destinies like this one. I finally see them coming towards us on their bikes. Hi guys, we've been waiting for you. Satoko acts like she's upset, but I can tell that she's excited to see them. Satoko is so cute. That's why I'm never tired of her. She's cute. Satoko's attitude eases my feelings of frustration. This is why I love Satoko. If she was a small hairy animal, I would definitely keep her in a cage. Good morning, Satoko-chan, Rika-chan. Good morning. Hey. Good morning, Rika-chan. Hey, Satoko. We're going to do this quick before the police get here. Our goal is 1 billion yen. Huh? I have no clue what you're talking about. Are we late? When did you guys get here? We've been waiting for a while because it didn't take too long. Mion and Rena know that Satoko is getting a checkup every Sunday at the clinic. I'm sorry about that. You know what's weird? Is like, I'll never get used to seeing that gun. I remember a long time ago when I was recording a video, right? I was recording an episode of this. And someone in the comments was like, well, in the original art, she has a gun. And it at least it's a lot more, it's a lot less threatening. But like, I didn't really understand until I saw the gun there. And it's like a holstered gun, but now to think that Mion has just been holding a gun the whole time is so weird. I'm sorry about that. Kei-chan didn't show up on time. That's why we're late. Why, Keiichi? So he's the reason why they're always late. That's not a surprise. Nipa. Wait a minute. Am I the bad guy now? Of course. You're the only one who could be the bad guy in our group. Oh ho ho. What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say. Keiichi and Satoko mess around with each other. What the fuck? Satoko acts like she's crying and Rena punches Keiichi, knocking him out. This is the same old situation. I can watch this over and over. It's like having a glass of cold milk after taking a hot bath. Huh? I can never win against her. You should get up and move before she cracks your front teeth. We laugh at him and finish greeting each other. They are as energetic as always. That's better than anything. You're sounding like an old lady, Rika. Shut up. I'm not going to eat any sweets if you keep on saying things like that. Wow, 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 wow. Is that how is that what you're saying? She's getting more depressed than usual. I should stop teasing her so much. I was just kidding. Will you get off of me? I'm sorry. Hanyu loves sweet treats. She especially loves cakes and ice creams. Since she can't eat anything, she has to depend on me when it gets to eating. In other words, whatever I eat, Hanyu can taste too. Even if Hanyu craves something, it doesn't mean anything if I don't eat it. I have total control of what she eats. That's why it's fun to tease her with what to eat and what not to eat. Huh. It's almost as fun as teasing Satoko. How you seem to be in a good mood today, Rika-chan. I want a good mood today, Rika-chan. I want to take you home. You'll be arrested if you do that, you know. Hey, Mion, the store owner is calling you. Rika, did you hear? There's a prize for the club activity today. I remember. Mion is paying 50,000 yen out of her pocket for a prize today. I can't believe she can just afford that. I have to assume that she has some kind of guarantee that she will not lose today. Guess what? It's 50,000 yen. What? Can't believe she can afford just that. Oh no. She's expecting me to be surprised to hear that the prize is 50,000 yen. It's natural for me to be surprised. But I didn't react because I already knew it. Perhaps I gave the impression that I've known it for a long time. Kei-chan, or Keiichi-san, isn't it amazing that the prize is 50,000 yen? 50,000 yen? What the heck is that? That's equivalent to 5 years of my salary. Satoko says the same thing to Keiichi. She probably assumed that I wasn't listening to her. That's why she's talking to Keiichi now. That was just a small mistake. I'm fine. If I get 50,000 yen, I can get a lifetime supply of soy sauce. Why would you buy soy sauce with the prize? Because a certain someone always gives me a dirty look when I ask her to go and get soy sauce from the store. Nipa. You're so mean, Rika. How much soy sauce do you think you can get for 50,000 yen? I'm so curious. Keiichi joins the conversation and we're finally back to the normal pace. In order to pursue the bigger happiness, I need to sacrifice the small happiness. In a perfect world, Furude Rika is supposed to be surprised to hear that her best friend that the prize is 50,000 yen. But I already knew that the prize is 50,000 yen. I knew it from the previous lives, so all I can give is a boring reaction. I can't be surprised at the big prize of 50,000 yen. I can't give her the reaction that she expects from me. I am losing the ability to be surprised at my life. After a repetition of small incidents like this, there will be nothing exciting about my life. I'll have nothing to be surprised about. I'll never be impressed with things. Eventually I'll lose my emotions. That's why I'm always trying to be careful. I make sure to act like the Furude Rika who doesn't know anything. Even though I may not be impressed, Furude Rika should be impressed with many things as a young girl. Furude Rika is supposed to be excited when she encounters something for the first time. At least I try to act excited. But the more I try, the more I feel like Rika Furude is someone far away. Rika. I'm sorry. I know I'm wasting my lifespan feeling depressed like this. I should enjoy this life. I don't mean my lifespan literally. I'm not referring to my physical lifespan, but my mental lifespan. The more and more I repeat these same days, the more I lose. From surprise to excitement. And eventually my life will become like an overplayed videotape. If I'm tired of that tape, I have a choice to close my eyes and sleep. By the time I wake up, the video should be over. But in reality, my life is not a beat-up tape. If I close my eyes and sleep, that would be my death. When my mental lifespan is over, Rika Furude will turn into a doll who can't move even a finger by her own will. When that happens, my pursuit of happiness will be over. I don't want that to happen. It's been at least 100 years, if not more. I've been living in this living hell. I don't want my life to end here. Sorry, but I'm fine now. It's just 100 years. No big deal, right? Oh. I'm getting used to destiny now. Huh? Alright. I'm fine. I'm Furude Rika. I'm Furude Rika. If I don't stay focused on being Furude Rika, I'm afraid I'm going to show my true self in her shell. Furude Rika is supposed to be a cute and innocent little girl. Me. What would you like to buy if you got 50,000 yen, Rena? I wonder if I can buy the Kentakun doll. Do you think they will sell it to me if I give 50,000 yen to the fried chicken store? Oh. I think it's better for you to buy the tools and a wheelbarrow to steal the doll. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, to just cause I gotta learn to just cut it off at a certain point. Oh, I don't want to like leave. No, I'm not sure. But I do want to save it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. There's lots of visual novel and roguelike content on the channel. It's interesting that she's a witch. That gun that Mion has, it like, whoever wrote that comment in the like original couple episodes that we did, that's like 100% true. It's weird seeing Mion with a gun for some reason. But then so it almost reminds me of there's like an anime that I saw a while back. I've mentioned it before in previous videos, but there's an anime that does something sort of similar to this, but it's like I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's like one of my favorite animes for sure. There's but this one's interesting because you have like a couple episodes or at least a couple chapters here to kind of be in the omniscient role. Like Rika is very much an omniscient person who can just view lives and stuff, and she's trying to break out. I guess this is almost like you know that book like a long time ago? This might be a spoiler, by the way. It's called Lovely Bones. So if you want to read that book for whatever reason, you could pause the video and end it. I'll see you in the next one. But there's a book, I believe it was called Lovely Bones, but it was about like a girl trying to find out how she died or some shit. I never ended up reading it. I just remember my teacher being like, this is what the book's about. And she had to like figure out how she died. And I feel like that's kind of what's going on here. Is like Rika's like this witch somehow. I don't know how she's a witch, first of all. How do you explain that? How do you even how are you going to explain how she's a witch? It's just so weird to me that Rika's a witch. Like oh, that's just as good as saying like, oh, that person has magical powers. It's like, but how? But why and how? In a world where they don't exist. But like they do exist. But we could just be going with like it always existed, it's just, you know, we never noticed it. I don't know, it's some weird stuff. But I do like this kind of whole story where she's trying to figure out how she died. I think that's the last mystery, right? Like the mystery that they have to answer. They don't necessarily have to answer why Shion didn't hear noises or heard noises and other people didn't. But I feel like that the thing that I'm looking for and looking for an answer to is how Rika dies every time. I also want to know how the series of mysterious deaths happen, because like they keep alluding to like it's just random. Like it's just random deaths that always happen on that same day. It's not a big deal. But like that can't be true. That can't be a true statement. Is it a true statement? And if it is, that's super weird. That's like a weird occurrence. It's not like a normal everyday occurrence. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I should probably raise the audio when I was recording this. It does seem like the audio is maybe a little bit too low. Let me know what you guys think. I've also switched it to Letterbox. Not Letterbox. Is this Letterbox? I switched it to the box. So it's not stretched out. It's kind of like because if I stretched it, it would stretch out. And it would all the pixels would be all the pictures would be stretched. So I think I like it like this. So I'll keep it like this. But I think I'm done here. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one, whatever that may be. And peace out, you guys.